Welcome back to the channel, everybody. If you follow my channel, a watch that I've repeatedly featured was a MoonPhase watch that I own. I've had it on the channel so many times, there's no need to show it again. Especially now, because I have a new true MoonPhase watch. And that watch is this Agelocer Major Breakthrough 29.51 MoonPhase. I want to thank Agelocer for sending this watch and sponsoring this presentation. You could find this watch and other Agelocer models on AliExpress and their website. I'll leave affiliate links to both along with discounts Agelocer shared with me. I may receive a small commission, but it won't cost you a dime more. First, let's look at the packaging. It comes in this soft touch textured leather box. You can see the debossed design work on the outer cover. This kind of reminds me of some modern day hieroglyphics. With it, there was also a little instruction booklet, a cleaning cloth, and it also came with a sizing tool. This watch came with an alligator leather strap already on it, and they also included a multi-link bracelet. The strap change was easy with these quick release spring bars, so I swapped it. But I will say that this strap is short. Even the bracelet is kind of short. Size to my 7.5 inch wrist, I removed just one link. I could get away with removing 2 links, but with this being a butterfly style clasp with no positions of micro adjust, I tend to wear butterflies looser than tight. Now, I contacted Agelocer with these observations and they promptly responded. They thanked me for my feedback and it's valuable to them. Regarding the straps, they are standard length. They passed my suggestion to their product department and they'll assess whether to introduce extended length leather straps. It is a 20mm strap. If you have preferred straps like I do, just go with that. As for the bracelet, their response is that if you have larger wrists and will require additional links, contact customer service to request additional links when purchasing the bracelet option, so they will get you taken care of, and that's great because this is a beautiful 7-link bracelet that they provide. And since we're on the subject of bracelets, let's talk about it. The bracelet is 20mm and it slightly tapers down to 18mm at the clasp. The clasp is engraved with their logo, and when you open the double push button butterfly clasp, you'll see that it's nicely milled and signed. You get independent solid end links with standard spring bars. They integrate beautifully with the case, but being independent, they could require a little patience. A sizing tool is provided, but a spring bar tool is not. But if you're like me, you've probably got 100 spring bar tools laying around. I'm sure that you already figured out that with this sizing tool, that this bracelet uses pushpin links. It functions, it's secure, it's easy to size, but screws always look nicer than pushpins. The articulation of this bracelet is great. Dimensions: a 40mm case, 20mm lugs, as I stated a few times, a dead drop lug to lug under 47mm, and a thickness of about 12.5mm at the top of the sapphire crystal. I own 2 other MoonPhase watches, an automatic and a quartz. Thickness doesn't bother me, but both are considerably thicker than this. This is your go-to MoonPhase if you like to keep it under the cuff. But under a cuff, you won't see that dial. And being all dial, you get a comfortable 40mm watch with a 47mm lug to lug that gives you great wrist presence without wearing like a dinner plate. Agelocer was kind enough to let me choose my color. I first chose their green dial. It's gorgeous. But I saw a lot of other reviewers already feature that watch, so I contacted Agelocer and asked if I could change to this black dial. This is part of their Astronomer series, and there's some variety to the Astronomer series. The dial is the star here, the panoramic MoonPhase complication. It completely abandons the traditional tiny semicircular phase window at 6 o'clock or 12 o'clock. Instead, it features a massive dial dominating 3D sculpted silver moon that rotates across a highly textured backdrop. And this is a true MoonPhase. The mechanics is actually stepped up. It uses a 31-tooth gear system that makes the MoonPhase cycle accurate to 1 day every 4 years. That is 1.5 times more accurate than the standard 59-tooth setup found in most conventional MoonPhase watches. The moon itself is a textured 3D metal carving. There's probably a lot more detail than my camera isn't picking up here. And it's also loomed. I'll show that a little later. Before receiving this watch, I had genuine concerns about legibility. I thought the hands would get lost, but they don't. The hands are faceted. There's a peak down the center line like an arrow. When looking at the watch head on, the bright silver hands are easy to see. When held at certain angles, the faceted center line reflects the light at an angle. At other angles, they look black. It works on this black dial version I have. It should look even better on other dial colors. I like the green I mentioned earlier, and I wouldn't shy away from the silver dial either. The independently developed Caliber, the A4610, is where the specs get really impressive on this watch. It delivers an impressive 80-hour power reserve, but it does so while maintaining a smooth, high beat, 4 Hz, 28,800 vibration sweep. Most movements, like a Powermatic 80 for example, forces you to drop down to 3 Hz at 21.6 VPH to get that kind of power reserve. This also features 27 joules, a Novo Diex suspension system. I don't know what that is, but it sounds important. Excellent finishing on the back with rhodium plating, blue screws, and what's referred to as a Côte Geneviève, or Geneva stripes, or it can simply be called nice machining. The bi-directional custom decorated roller is also a beautiful touch. The website compares their movement to an ETA 2892 used by Longines and a 3135 Caliber used by Rolex. Neither of these movements are MoonPhase, by the way. They're just providing an example to the quality and value of this movement compared to the big Swiss. And in some areas, the Agelocer outshines them. A higher power reserve and the same high beat rate. But we all want a watch that's accurate as possible. And the A4610 is similar to the ETA 2892, but not quite as accurate as the Rolex 3135. But my timegrapher says something different. You can't get any more accurate than this, and it's a MoonPhase, not your run-of-the-mill three-hand. Finally, let's get to the price. $629 before any discounts, and Agelocer provided me with some discounts to share. $599 on just the leather strap. Links, of course, are in the description. It is still affordable, but the price is on the luxury side of the AliExpress scale. And this is a luxury piece, so it's warranted. Plus, with the discount codes you get during the AliExpress sales, the savings will be even better. Yes, there are some cost savings such as pushpin links and standard spring bars. You could make an argument about the water resistance, but I'm fine with 50 meters of water resistance and a push-pull crown on a dress watch. But they went all out on the dial and on the movement. That's what you want to see more than anything from a watch. It's cliche to say, but this watch does punch well above its weight class. Looks are entirely subjective. Specs are not. If you can think of a watch that can match the specs and price of this watch, drop it in the comments. And that's it. I hope you found value in this video, and if you did, please take a second to like, hype, subscribe, comment, thank, share. Whatever you can do to support the channel would be greatly appreciated. Don't forget, I'll leave links to both Agelocer's website and AliExpress in the description so you could find additional information and possibly the best deals. And feel free to explore their other quality watches. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.